Absolutely. Absolutely. It was very important to us when we were vetting these programs that it was not a hierarchical type of situation where you were mentoring someone that was beneath you in the organization on the organizational chart. You know, when we were talking back with Leanne and Ariane, Leanne and I were talking offline, and we had several calls with you just because we couldn't develop our expectations. There were just so many unknowns, and that's why we kept wanting to talk to you and get more information and try and get a clearer picture of what it looked like before we committed to it. Once we checked all those boxes, I think I was just excited to see where it went because it aligned so well with what we're trying to build as far as our culture and our organization. But the timing was just absolutely perfect to begin having these conversations outside of firm-wide meetings. So I would say the thing that is different is that I didn't expect, or that I was maybe, I don't know how to say this. I don't take offense to this at all. Please, I don't intend it that way. But I think maybe I thought people wouldn't buy into it as much as they have. And that was my skepticism. You know, and I've spoken with John, Leanne, and Itzel all one-on-one specifically about the program and, you know, the value that they find in it, the troubles that they have, and it's been nothing but very positive. And almost, I think a little bit like me, everybody's a little surprised by how much they enjoy it.
So any frustrations that we have no problem sharing. And I think the trust factor there of having our best interest in mind, whether it's something that we want to do or don't want to do, whatever that may be, but having the best interest, like we know it's not coming from a place of, like malice or anything, right? Like it's coming for the betterment of the group. I think having some of these experiences and sharing some of that and knowing where the person is coming from has just made it a lot easier to be like, oh, I know where you're coming from, and that makes sense.
I could say that it's very different than I was expecting in a positive way, because I thought it was more leaded, towards the mentor to the mentored person. So seeing that it's both ways at first was kind of like, surprising in a good way, because I was expecting her to be the one who provide more feedback rather than me giving, feedback to her as well. And then I think my favorite part was understanding how to be vulnerable, can, kind of like build a stronger relationship between us. It's not easy for people to either give feedback or receive feedback. So I think one of the things that helped me a lot at my work was the part of, finding people's blind spots so I could provide feedback without them to feel offended or, like I'm attacking in some way. So I think that helped me a lot, because we recently read a book that said clear is kind. So as clear as we can be without having people offended, I think it's the way to, bring the best of people at work and at home. So I think that was one of my biggest lessons learned from this program.
I think one thing that it has been good for me is just to remember the importance of, because it came at a very busy time for work-wise. And so I think it was good just to remember the importance of taking time to invest in others and having a lot of self-reflection and taking some time to do self-reflection as well. I think probably the biggest benefit is just like getting to know Itzel better and kind of understanding like how she works. And I think, we had a good work relationship, but I think we'll have a better work relationship as a result of it. So.